Hey guys, we are live right now, and I just didn't really give you any notice at all that I was going to do this today. But I want to come on real quick, and of course, this video will be out there later for you to see it. I want to come on real quick and just share the unboxing of something really cool today, and that is the new mic I just got yesterday. So I actually unboxed it already for a live Facebook, so we're going to pretend that it's still like boxed. All right, let me get this open. So difficult. All right. Anyway, so the main point of this video is not so much the mic, but I want to share why I'm getting this, or I've gotten this specific mic here. So what do we have? We have, excuse me, we have the Shure Beta 58A. Forgive the glare. I was trying to get rid of the glare. Sometimes you can tap the camera and it'll refocus, but it's not working, I guess, since we're live. All right, so this is the Beta 58A Shure microphone. And of course, this is not for the studio. This is for something else that I told you guys earlier this year. Actually, I think when I did like a video on 2020 resolutions and how to keep your resolutions, that sort of thing. One of the things I talked about was I wanted to play out more and play live because I've been getting that itch to just get out there. So that's why I bought this mic. Voila. Now, the reason I got it like just now is because I'm actually getting ready to go play live in a couple of hours here. So if you happen to be in the Brandon, Florida or the Tampa Bay area, definitely come check us out. Me and a good friend of mine are actually playing at the Vapors Manor in Brandon Mall. We're going to be there at 7 p.m. tonight. So today's Saturday. And I wanted to kind of bring this up to you guys because one thing before I get into this, I want you guys to all know that I will never ever stop writing and recording and producing metal music. That will never happen. I'm always going to do that because what I'm about to tell you about the gig tonight is not metal at all, not even really close. So, you know, I wanted you guys to know that first, that yeah, I do some other music projects from time to time, and this could actually go somewhere. Because I'm in this with a good friend of mine. He is an accomplished pianist, a classically trained pianist, a beautiful voice, and him and I have been jamming lately. His name is Rob. We just became really close over the past several months and jamming together. And there's another story behind how we met and all that stuff. And it's through one of my wife's high school friends, and you know, we got connected with that family and so forth. So there's some really cool history behind that. But anyway, him and I have been jamming together. We just decided to, you know, we knew that we were both musicians before we started talking about music, you know. And you know, sometimes musicians, we can be weird. It's like, okay, well, so everybody plays guitar, everybody plays something, you know, and it's like, okay, we kind of like standoffish about these things. And I'm guilty of that. But, you know, as the more we talked, we're like, you know what, even though you're a metal guy and he plays a lot of, you know, 80s and 70s and that sort of thing, and just a lot of stuff that's really difficult to play because he's so great at his instrument. But we said, you know, our genres are different, but why don't we just connect and let's just see what happens. And come to find, we both love 80s music. So we started cranking out just 80 songs, you know, we just started playing, and, you know, we have a really good chemistry, you know, practicing together. So this is our first live gig today. So that's why I bought this mic, and here it is. That is the Shure Beta 58A mic. I'm going to plug it in here. I'll have to cancel the video before I do that because I'm all connected here. But I've got to plug this in later before the gig here. I've only got a couple more hours to go. I'm actually a little nervous, to be honest with you guys, about tonight's gig. In a good way. That's I actually, if you go back several videos here, I actually played solo at this at the Vapors Manor a while back, and I think you guys may have caught that. If not, just go to my videos after you see this, and I'm just playing acoustic by myself, kind of the same thing, just playing some 80s, 90s type stuff, and that's what we're doing tonight. But you know what him and I are doing tonight is going to be way better than just me playing by myself, because again, he's extremely talented. But one of the things I want to tell you guys too is, I don't know if you watched my video that I posted earlier today. It's not a live video, it's just a regular 7-string metal riff video. But if you haven't, go watch that as well, you know, after you watch this video. because at the end of that video, I talk about something that's really important, and that's branching out. That's, getting out of your comfort zone. And it kind of correlates with the lesson that I give. So, definitely, if you have a 7-string guitar, you have to watch that. That's like homework for you after this video. Watch it. And cheers, by the way. So, I talked about that, though. I talked about branching out and doing something different, really getting out of your comfort zone. But, that doesn't mean that you're changing who you are. I mean, we're going to morph anyway, right, as we experience things in life. But it doesn't mean you're like a traitor to your genre. And unfortunately, a lot of musicians think that way. I'm a metal musician, for example. My last album was melodic death metal. So some metalheads, and I don't think most think like this, but some may be thinking, well, you're doing this different style, you're a traitor to your genre. Some people do think that way, and I'm not picking on metalheads. I don't think a lot of metalheads are actually like that. I think that, but there are musicians like that, and I was one of those. I mean, that's why I'm saying that. I was one of those people back in the day. When I first started playing guitar, I heard. And guys, this video is just kind of going all over the place. I've got to cut it short here because I got to get ready for this gig. But I'm kind of just all over the place in deep thought mode right now. Maybe it's because I'm a little nervous about tonight. But no, growing up and starting to play guitar in the late 80s, early 90s, and I was about 15 years old. I was all about Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Testament, Metal Church, Guns N' Roses. I was also hair metal fanatic, and I liked some 80s pop back then too. I did. But the bad thing about me being so ingrained in metal, and it's not a bad thing, but I never branched out and really listened to anything outside of what I was listening to. And later in life, I realized that, man, I missed out on a lot of music. And it's not to say I would have liked everything I listened to. We don't, it's okay to be a music snob. That's okay. You like what you like, but I do, if I could turn back the clock, or if I could be like Cher and turn back time, that was a horrible pun, but if I could turn it back, I would have expanded just a little bit more, and just to see what else is out there. For example, I was really hooked on, all the metal I was listening to was like from the 80s, so anything that didn't have that 80s vibe, from hair metal to just heavy metal, to like Slayer and stuff like that. If it was like from the 70s, from that prior era, because the production was a little bit different. And I didn't appreciate that back then because I was so hung up in my own little box. So I say that, to say this, I'm happy about this side project. I call it a side project, but I mean, my friend and I, Rob and I, we're putting a lot of heart and soul into this, and we actually plan to write some songs, and of course, they're not going to be metal. Again, I'm always going to do metal for you guys. I'm never, so please don't misunderstand me. I'm always going to, write, record, and produce metal music. And it's probably going to get heavier, just so you know. My next album I have that I'm going to start working on here pretty soon, that album is going to be very dark and extremely heavy. Still going to be melodic, but there's going to be death metal vocals, and I'm really going to push things to the next level. But all that said, I'm also going to be pursuing this project with my friend. And so here's the thing. We're called the Flow Bros. Flobros. Flow Bros. And the reason we chose that name, actually my wife came up with that name. And she was watching something on TV, and she's like, okay, why don't you guys call yourself the Flow Bros? Because me and Rob were trying to figure out a name. We just couldn't figure anything out, And the reason we chose that, the reason my wife chose that, because we're both like Florida, we're native Floridians. He was born here in the Brandon, Florida area, kind of where we're at now. And I was born and raised in Pensacola, Florida. So, flow. And if you're from Florida, or if you've ever driven through Florida, you'll see those signs on the back of people's vehicles that say flow, F-L-O, and it's just Florida. You'll see flow grown or flow whatever, I always thought it was cheesy, but now it's part of my band's name. But yeah, we're going to be playing. Our style is heavily influenced by the 80s. We're playing a little bit of Chicago tonight. We've got a Chicago song. And I'll try to remember to put some, if we get good footage, I'll put some on YouTube here. We're also merging a song together, two songs together, a Lionel Richie song with a song by The Cure. We've found two songs that just flow together, and we kind of do like a I don't know, like a fusion, which is pretty cool. We're doing a song by The Outfield. I'm going to be doing Your Love. Of course, I'm going to be singing a lot lower than, the original version because I cannot sing as high as that dude. But yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff like that. A little bit of Tom Petty. So there's even one country song we're doing. We're doing Amazed by Lone Star, which is a beautiful song. So, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, is just really branching out, and trying some new things. Because I believe when you do that, when you get out there and try new things, again, you're not a traitor to your genre. Don't feel like that. And if someone makes you feel like that, tell them to screw off. You're a musician first. That's what I want to explain to you guys. You're a musician first, and you want to become a better musician, not just metal guitar player or metal bass player or metal vocalist, but you want to become a better musician overall. And integrating more techniques into your style really helps you develop more of a signature style as well. So I haven't taken a sip of my beer yet. Excuse me a moment. I always like to give shout outs to local anything. This is the Rome City IPA. Really, really good beer here. And it's from the Brew Hub. They're in Lakeland, which is like 30 minutes from us. So honestly, this is probably my favorite IPA. I know I say that about every IPA because I love IPAs, but the Rome City, if I could have my own IPA, like, hey, this is the Jason Stallworth IPA, whoopah, right there. I'd have it like really similar to that. But yeah, guys, so if you happen to be in the area, again, we're playing at the Vapors Manor. It's called the Vapors Manor. Actually, my good friend Tawny owns that shop. So, that's kind of how we got in. And this is our first live gig. Flow Bros will be live. And we're going on at about 7 p.m. tonight. It's kind of relaxed, a very, very relaxed environment. It's a vape shop. You guys know I don't vape, but my buddy does have craft beer there. So we're going to enjoy that. And if you happen to come out, definitely, after we're done playing, please stop by and say hi. I'd love to meet some of my YouTube people in here. That'd be awesome to meet some of you guys. I know you guys are from all over the world, but some of you are in the area, or maybe in the area or close by. So anyway, guys, that is it. Vapors Manor tonight at 7 p.m. It's located in the Brandon Mall. You guys can just look it up, the Vapors Manor, Brandon. He owns a couple of different shops, so it's the one in Brandon Mall, not the one in Clearwater. We're going to be at the one in Brandon Mall. And yeah, we're going to go on about 7 p.m. We have a very short set. So, we've been practicing for a while together, Rob and I. So we've got a very short set, probably an hour's worth of music. So what we'll do is probably play an hour, take a 15-minute break, and we might play like another 45 minutes or something like that. So it'll be fun, though. It'll be a really good time. So I'm excited about it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this chat up because I've got to make sure this microphone works, and got to make sure I'm playing acoustic, by the way. I'm not even playing electric at these gigs. I'm playing my Takamine tonight. And I just, you guys caught I think you guys caught my video on Facebook and Instagram where I did, put some new strings on here, the Ernie Balls. But yeah, that's it. My buddy plays piano. I'm going to be on acoustic, and we're both singing. So I will post some footage. If we get some good footage, which we should, I will definitely post some tomorrow. So guys, as always, keep it metal. Thanks for watching.